I know you can't see me, but since the theme of this is about saving the world, well, it's about saving my eyesight, yeah, saving the world. So I'm not gonna have the camera on because it'll flash on. You can't even see me in the light. Yeah, but yeah, save the world. Reacting. So that's it. So I've saved the world. I finally did it. Paraphrasing here. Finally saved the world. I've saved the world. Finally saved the world. Save the world again. Yeah, the dilation liquid reversal. The brands confirmed lots of brands and appears to be still selling. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna go now since I'm gonna document. What the heck? Why not? You wanna go on this journey with me? You know what? Let's go on this journey. Why not? What do we have to lose? Absolutely nothing. Not these things, right? Alright. Since I'm feeling good, but I do not overdo it. Because if you overdo it, that would not be smart. But when it said that it stimulate sweat or something, or saliva, I knew that would be. Because for dry eye, even though it got much, less dry eye, thankfully, over the years. So it's more like the constant light in my eyes. It's like it can't shut off the light. It's like I'm always on the eyes. Like it's always like blinds are up. It's a perfect analogy. Alright. So keep this really, really simple. It's right here. Here we go. Brand names. Perfect brand names. That's it. My sister should be able to get me these. Or not to get it. So, where's this going? It's going to... I put them all in. I literally put them all. Yeah, so I guess you could simply put the drug in there, right? But go to the Amazon. Let's go to my Amazon. Alright, so let's put it all in here. Yeah, it will. What's it doing? Let's see, look for. Okay, let's try. Let's try one then, my friend. You know what? It's really simple. Really, really simple. Brand names, there we go. Let's see if I have brand names on. There we go, save. Alright, let's keep it really simple, Dimple. Yeah, when they were mowing the lawn, that was interesting. 2G. It cut out at one point, but that get really close. It's interesting. It was still really strong. Very surprising. Maybe a lot of people are like on vacation and stuff. That must be. I have to be on Amazon anyway to buy the roach traps. I was so tired yesterday doing the comment thing. I think it's easier if I simply utilize the ingredient itself. Search and it should find it. So it's called, dicarpin. Well, Isn't this fun? Alright, let's do it the really easy way. I mean, like, I know how I did. I looked for reverse dilation drops. That's what I did. I didn't for the actual ingredients. Because, I mean, heck, it's like when you buy a product or a hamburger, you're not gonna look up meat, right? Not necessarily when you I'm talking about if you want to buy a whole hamburger. Like when you go to like fast food restaurant, you know, it's like give some meat. You know, not in the conventional sense. Pylo-carbine. That sounds really. So when you see carboxyl, that sounds horrifying. So this is why them should work better. So that's what happened, but it seems like I might have got some kind of scam Chinese thing. I haven't tried it yet, but from looking at the description on it, the packing's fine. It's like what it seems to just kind of like herbal, whatever, some kind of generic, you know, essence of, you know, one of those generic products. Nothing wrong with it, but it seems like it's one of those or something for nothing, not something as specific as what I was going for. Alright, holy moly, they actually have a pill form? Oh, holy son of a mother. Are you for real? Prescription required without. Prescription required. Interesting. I don't understand the Medicare thing now. Holy sh! All this freaking time, it was literally. You know what? I think I figured it out. And I'm getting this in real time recording. Let's hope. Yeah, I'm recording this. All this time, if I'd actually talked directly with the optometrist woman, all she maybe had to do was give me this drug. If she had it, she might have had it with her. If she had I didn't know it was an overdose until Dad was so laughed. When my father laughed at it, like this, like with this. I don't know what kind of laugh you call that when he's like, not a chuckle, but like a huff, a laughing huff, like a chick, like a. What I would call that. How could dilation cause that? It got me thinking. Yeah, regular dilation doesn't. An overdose would, because the wood said whoops. So I guess in a way I could thank my dad for having me realize, ironically, even though I blame him for a lot of it, significant amount, he actually ironically might have helped me. This is kind of weird, interesting, because all this time I wanted to really kick his butt, blaming him for causing my eye dilation thing. I mean, of course he didn't cause it. It was a stupid old assistant who did it, and hopefully it wasn't the optometrist trying to, you know, cure my astigmatism. She didn't know because I stared at the sun. I didn't know to tell her. I didn't remember. I didn't think that could be a factor. Yeah, I didn't know until retrospect, many years afterwards. But if she had this reversal drop with her, and I suddenly realized simply looking at this, looking at eye drops, it looks so regular. Seeing this is like I could have maybe cured my eyes instantly. But yeah, this is the holy grail. This is the one thing that could save the world. This is what makes time travel possible. My God, it even has the word car in it. Car, what was the other thing? Car rack. There was something about the God's constant in this word. The opposite of this, car rack. What was it? C-A-R-A-C. What's an R-A-C? God is constant. There's something. Let me. Hold on, let me type RAC. Interesting, got Rachel Zegler. Awesome. She's totally tied with me. There's something, there's a word Iraq. Car. Goddess constant. There's something. Okay, let's see. Let's add. Oh, grace. That's right, grace. God's grace. The goddess constant. CW, that's what it's. Grace. God's grace. Oh, this is, I'm getting to the time now. We're getting really into God here. Grace. God's unnecessary things or something. God's grace is God's. I don't want to use the word undo things. It's God's. I guess you could say God's unnecessary things. But unnecessary doesn't seem to undermine God. God's free loving thanks. It's in there. Is there a G? There's an E. Let's see the P is, but yeah. God's grace. I guess when you get to the level I'm at, caring for people, God gives you the gift back. This is the one thing that will save the world. Incredible. The one ingredient. I mean, I have the goddess constant. I have the ultimate chemical. But now I got this thing. No, Copilot, don't. So now what are we going to do? Because this is like in the conventional sense will save the world. In about a couple of decades from now, everybody's going to be blind in conventional sense. Without this chemical, they won't be able to see. I mean, conventionally, specifically, half the population will have very challenging eyesight issues. So in other words, they'll be nearsighted. Half the population will be nearsighted. That means that half the adults, half the kids, nearsighted, all of them. It may be simply a slight nearsightedness, but it's like everyone, not actually everyone. Now it's about half anyway. So I guess it's gonna be like everybody. The only ones who won't be nearsighted will be infants. My God, that's horrifying. All right, let me see. That is so horrifying. And nobody listens. They really don't. I mean, in the conventional sense, nobody listens. Yeah, some people do, but to me, my concentric rings on my arms. Jesus Christ, they don't listen. They never listen. And again, conventionally, because some people have listened, but maybe the people who I think listen, maybe they don't listen. Maybe they forget. Temporary. I don't know. It's so easy. If I could literally talk like a neurotypical, have such disregard for my accuracy, I could simply say, nobody listens. Nobody cares. So it's kind of liberating. But I can't. With my senses, everything has to be exact. I lose control. It's like, it's the type of vehicle I'm in this body. You can't have inaccuracies. Because of the way I can do what I can do. If I'm inaccurate, I literally can end up like shearing half the planet. The knowledge I know could literally like cause a war, destroy the universe. I know it sounds insane, but it's not. You want confirmation? Look at Elon. The guy's a psychopath. Look what he did. He literally scorched half the planet. He actually ended up indirectly killing children, thousands of them, if not indirectly. I'll even use that word. Millions, literally millions of people are dead. I would say at least 1% of the population he literally wiped out from his actions alone. And I'm talking about indirectly in every sense of the word. He literally wiped out 1% of the population. Gone. Alright. So let's see what we got. Okay, some of these you don't need a prescription, thank goodness. Do this. This will work. This will work, yeah. Yeah, this would definitely work. Alright. We have cure without a prescription. Without a prescription we have a cure. Yeah, this will work. This will work easy. You can get this anywhere. This other one that you see on screen. I'm not saying it out loud, but yeah. So powerful. Yeah, this will do it. This will definitely do it. No prescription, so anywhere I travel in the world, I'll have my cure. I'll have my cure. If this is real, sometimes it's gonna be fake stuff. But all I have to do, I can get to the plant, and I can get the plant. If I get the plant, I got everything. So I need to buy it. I need to get plant. I need to plant. I need to do it now. Well, maybe a little bit more research, maybe one day more research, and then we get it. I need to be out of here. I mean, I can't be starting a whole new project. I have to get to my parents from when they're dead. And hilarious, I've updated the computer. I got a new mouse, got a new power supply. I mean, I could be starting. I even fixed the power supply on an Iron Girl. So it's like now I can fix anything. The sense of the power I have now is literally all that stuff, all the breadboarding and everything that I learned over a decade here, staying here. I've actually been able to apply literally to the one component I can use the most, the computer. To repair the one object that you use the most, that's power. That is power. That is like unstoppable, mind-blowing power that trouble never have. And I'm about to leave and never come back. And possibly never live this kind of lifestyle for quite a while. I mean, eventually I'll have to settle down, I guess. But it's like you leave right at the point where you're at most powerful. That's funny. That is really funny. But okay. So okay, the good thing is I'll be able to cure myself as I'm traveling. It's gonna be spoiler sort of for the franchise. I'm gonna totally integrate this in. All right, so we got that. That is easy. Let us confirm with another. Let's do one more here. Let's try this other brand. Siva Vision, I remember Siva Vision. Okay, so now we're going back to the brands. Okay, yeah. Some watch, cool. Yeah, Megan's streaming now. So many options. I can feel the power. Literally feel the power. Alright, isotope. And then I'm just gonna go with the second ingredient. Alright, ooh, we got something. Well, look at that. What is that? You can buy this? Really? Whoa. You can buy live insects. These you can find outside. We call what do we call? We call them roly-polies. It's cute. Got roly-polies. Fresh roly-polies. That's funny. The thing you can find outside is like, oh, I can buy that online. You got tons of them growing outside. You have a whole forest of them. But you can buy it online. Get delivered. That's a specialty. That's so true. Part of the capitalist system. Is it good or bad? Yeah. Alright. Brands. Okay, ingredients. Carbocalo. I am so smart. I look so beautiful in the camera enhances vision. I mean, like, yeah, it actually enhances what you see in real life. So in real life, you don't even see what it's presenting. So when I look at myself in the camera, I'm like, that is one mind-blowing sexy man. And now I understand why people find me so sexually attractive. I never really understood it fully, but seeing myself in that imaging on the camera today while I was doing the shorts, I was like, that is incredibly attractive individual looking at myself. I've actually done that sort of thing when we were in film class, when we actually, it was the last day of college, completely the last day, and we had a special project we did, filming for about a week, 2 weeks or something. We were in the editing bay where they shoot Barney. I didn't know it was Barney and JFK and stuff, but right across from where I work. That's so funny. All the time, Todd working there. And I'm looking, and they show us, first time I see myself on film, and Jason goes, "Luke, you want a print of that, don't you? You want a copy of that," or something. He said, "You want a copy of that?" He knew exactly what I was thinking. He knew exactly what I was thinking. God bless him. I was like, "Yeah, I do." Dang, that I did real. I looked really. I mean, people always thought I was narcissistic, but not in a bad way. You want that? You want a copy? I was like, "Yeah, oh yeah." It was so long for that. So yeah, it's good. He's orange hair. He looked like Jimmy Olsen, like taller, little bulkier, muscular. And years after, when I was forced back by my father to go back to college, years later, I mean, at least afterwards, I mean, almost a decade afterwards. What year was it? It was 2011? No, 12. And I had graduated in, oh gosh, nearly the 2000. So yeah, it was like nearly 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. My God. It was nearly a decade and a half later, afterwards. And Jason was in the newspaper. I opened up the newspaper for the college, and he's there like in front. I'm like, Jason's back. And he had been there recently on campus filming. You know, he does his work or stuff, but he doesn't, it's not like he works on campus. So he happened to coincide when I came back. If that doesn't get you, I mean, because the film classes are small. We have a really small class. People who take film, they're really small. They're like 0.00. I mean, there's only like 5 or 6 or 10, 20 people in the entire school, like 50 million. 30,000. So there's only a handful of us. So like we're in the editing bay there, this super famous editing bay building, right? One of the editing bays. I don't know how famous it was. I know the Robocop costume was I know famous because I went down, I'm working across the street, which is totally my IT work. I saw the Robocop costume from so far away. They were doing the guest stuff, and they opened one of the doors. Oh wow, Robocop, you know, so like a little action figure size from where I was, but it was a full suit. Might have been the original. And ironic because Jeff who worked with, they filmed in his building, one of his previous companies. Jeff, who they filmed it, is working right across from them. Where there's Robocop. The Robocop is literally back. Now I think, yeah, it's back with Jeff. That's right. The Robocop costume, who was was in the same room as Jeff, my coworker. Now they're together again. I don't know if Jeff even knew. So the suit he was near in the basement, right? He might have even seen the scene. He must have like met the costume maybe or something. And they're together again. Literally like within, it would be like 300, well, how would it be? 300, maybe, I guess 1,000 feet. So 1/5 of a mile. That's like the length of I would say the length of HOA, length of a neighborhood. So yeah, but a lot. Imagine a lot. So about 1,000 feet away, you could say, yeah. So 1,000 feet away, they're together again. Incredible. And we met one of the Robocop producer directors in class too. Not in that building, in class. And Todd worked across from there. From me, and we went to class. We didn't even know until I didn't know until years afterwards. He didn't know where I worked there, so he might have found. I don't know, because his life is so similar. I mean, we even share. Okay, I'll spoil it. We even share the same birthday by one day, by a couple of hours. That's how similar we are. We're only hours. Yeah. He's older than me by a few hours, so that's incredible. And his trajectory is the same, and he had the same thing. He had the same thing with we're both in WandaVision. Wanda says our franchise lines in there. Well, she says his line from his movie, and then she says I guess the line from our movie. Yeah, but the line from our movie is also the line in, also the header of the movie. So it's that dichotomy it's incredible. She literally says his line. I mean, it's. I think it wasn't like an alteration of it. Let me try to think of like. Yeah, I think it was either direct line or part of the line or something. I mean, it doesn't get more meta than that. I don't think anyone notices this sort of thing, except for me. I could be the only guy on the entire planet, the only individual who knows. I mean, the fact that I can know this kind of stuff is quite incredible. So anyway, okay, so now carbachol. Okay, there we go. There, alcohol. Alright, so what do we got? Carbonyl. Now, they don't find this one can understand this because it's not as. It's finding something else that's similar. Which is, I don't mind, because as long as we got the other things, this secondary ingredient's not as important. Okay, yeah, so that they don't have the direct one. So anyway, we have the other one. At least we have something that we can survive on for the eyes in terms of chemical that we can easily purchase. I didn't say it out loud. You saw it on the, because this information is powerful, I'm not going to say out loud audio. The AIs can read text. So maybe it would, but it doesn't know exactly what I'm talking about, unless it does have a brain. But it have to get even more complex. It may. The AI may. But it'll have to, I don't know. I don't know if the AI is so intelligent enough to where it can actually, it might. Actually, the AI could extrapolate. But I won't make it so easy for it. Alright, so we have the chemicals that can literally save the world. Yeah. Yeah, at least my world. So, I mean, the neurotypicals, they literally don't have what I can do. They don't. And God has blessed that woman who was behind me when I asked her. I mean, I finally got. I mean, here's the thing. I've been asking people this kind of question, but from the experience and how long, and her demeanor, and the way I've asked everything, it's the body language, it's the tone. They get that kind of honesty, and for me to be able to extrapolate, because I've got so much skill level now for the interpretation, that synergy effect, that dichotomy, you get full picture, like what they call what do they call it when you chemistry. That's right, chemistry. So that chemical makeup synergizes it. I think that's the only way. That's really the way everyone's trying to get on the same page. They're all trying to get this chemical, this chemistry, and that's what happened. So now I know definitely whether they can't do what they can't sense what I can sense. I mean, it's not really about they can't sense what I can sense. It's that what I'm sensing is I'm sensing it different. Actually, that's more of the reality. I'm sensing. Or not reality, more of the interpretation, more of what actually what I've discovered. More of what I've actually discovered is that the fact that I am sensing things differently from them. And as for if I'm actually I'm saying, am I sensing more? That's another thing. Am I sensing more though of it? I mean, I'm sensing it differently, but am I sensing more of it? I mean, maybe an overload. But, I mean, what does that give me if I'm sensing more of it? Do they not? Like, when you turn up the volume, there's distortion. So am I simply getting a distorted view? But when you turn up the volume, you hear more, right, of something. But because of my tinnitus, it can kind of block out some of the focusing on it. So I still need subtitles sometimes, but only because, I don't know, because I would say mostly because of the tinnitus. So I need to get in, like, relaxed, eat healthy, get the tinnitus down. I've actually wiped it out at one point. Whistling helps to match the frequency. I haven't done that in a while. And for my eyes, you can easily simply go in the shower, put water in it, and then it will equalize. it'll add that layer automatically. Actually, you can actually see without glasses. So that's funny. So add water. So I have to shower. It's like, wow, I can see again. Okay, and of course now the plant. So here's the ultimate thing. I simply get this plant. I need to find this plant. And I integrate it. In fact, it's so important that I'm going to put it in the AI before I forget, because I almost forgot. Alright. Okay, I'm going to end it here. So that is a good run. Hopefully this will... I haven't had one of these vlogs fail in a long time. I mean, the last time a vlog failed was to record it was to process recording was I would say maybe 2 or 3 months ago. It was a long time. But this one is so important to me. It's literally my life's work. This what you had is like literally my life's work since the dilation accident to cure the actual final confirmed cure. So this is very important. This is a very important thing. I don't know if I'm gonna upload it to both sites though. That's the ironic thing. It depends on how large it is, and I really do have to get to my mom and dad. As much as this is my life's work, I have the main ingredients uploaded to both sites, so that's a good thing. But it depends on how big this is. I think regardless, I have to upload it to the other site. Yeah, that's how important it is. I mean, you know, it's ironic, isn't it? I've gotten used to these miracles. That's like, oh, I don't have to upload it to both sites. That's how amazingly, that's how used to I am of these miracles. That's how amazing the miracles have been. Literally, the one, if this may be actually the one thing I'm trying to get back. Not stopping the overpopulation, not trying to save the world, not trying to build a car, not trying to escape from the tinnitus, but actually restoring my sight. And find the solution. And the funny thing is, I don't know if I want to. I almost question if I'm going to actually put it on both sites. So that's how incredible the coincidental miracles have happened. What happened at that, spoilers, it's a James Gunn movie when I went on Thursday. It was so mind-blowingly amazing. I nearly thought I was hallucinating. So what is more important than the goddess constant or restoring my sight? Oh, I mean, from what I said there, you would think, oh, he must be saying that the goddess constant then is more important than my sight. How is that possible? I guess maybe from one perspective, you could use the goddess constant to restore your sight, right? How did the goddess constant lead to this? Because when I was sleep thinking yesterday, trying to think. I mean, this one guy who commented was talking about, he did a really rude reply. Well, he said he used a swear word to describe my skin color. But he thought I was black. I wasn't black. So he used, you can imagine what word he used. So I kept thinking, am I brown or something? And I looked, at one point when I was sleep thinking and stuff, or actually when I actually woke up, I know my skin's white. But I had these little black dots. So maybe the black dots, I thought, no, it's not it, because the notes I had in my head before I even slept was a big eye in the sky, like the eye of God, and the Tron girl, actually the British girl. That was the video I had. This about diversity, who I commented on. This girl dressed as, the guy was commenting about a girl dressed in a British uniform. So imagine her like Tron shooting up a thing in the sky to the eye of God, looking down, huge iris, open eye. So where did I get the idea for? What was it about my eyes? I was looking up the cockroach stuff, right? And the goddess constant thing, miracle, twice, 2 of them happened. And I want to get paper plates, right? Paper bowls, I mean. I thought I was thinking the non-alcohol and non-fluoride whatever that, but it seems fine. Fluoride is not good, but I mean, it's like, it doesn't say on the Listerine that there's fluoride on there. In the back, I didn't see any, but in the Amazon one, yeah, it says, literally says fluoride, and then the back, see, I took it this morning, I'm okay. Okay, so, yeah, because when I bought it, I was like, I was very careful. I saw fluoride and it didn't even latch on my brain that, because I've got so much going on. So I'm not going to buy any more mouthwash. So, maybe, is that it? Maybe the fluoride is what triggered me to think about the reversal eye drops. Fluoride. Harmful. Because none of the comments was about eyesight. No, I had no eyesight thing that happened to know. So maybe that's it. It was triggered. Okay, so that was from a purchase. The purchase had nothing to do with the God's constant. It had to do with me. I mean, maybe because I got sick because I've been doing. There was stuff that happened that wasn't planned. Or there was extra some foods. People refused food out there, so I got that food. And then there was this fixing the power supply. I don't think that has anything to do with the God is constant. I mean, yeah, I had to finish up the franchise because of the God is constant. Because it's drawn directly from the God is constant. The food, I had to get the mail. That has nothing to do with God is constant. So, okay, so let's go back to the original point here. So I'm trying to think, what is, okay, God is constant or my eyesight, which is more important. From what I said, it seemed that I'm saying, remember what I said? I said, can the God is constant cure my eyesight? Now I found the cure for the eyesight completely. Can it cure it? And how did I get to this point? Okay, let's say somehow I got to this because I ordered the wrong product from Amazon. I ordered a product from, let's say the wrong one. I didn't want a fluoride one. I mean, I didn't realize that it was fluoride, so I ordered the wrong one in that sense. Does that make sense? I ordered the wrong product. Would that be right? He ordered okay. Why did I order the wrong one? Let me say I was sick. I was tired. I was doing, okay, the only tie to the God is constant with the fact that I've been trying to get to the God is constant, finish up the franchise. Let me I ordered wrong, that triggered, is that what triggered it? I mean, what reverse dilation, hurts, sickness, mold, fluoride. Lime, blue. Okay, anyway, okay, so I ordered the wrong product. That triggered me about chemicals. And then this leads me to the cure for the eyes, okay? So, and I needed that because of my sickness from the mold from me, it's a test run for survival. I got rid of the mold. The mold's gone, that mold that was affecting me, okay? I mean, there's always mold somewhere. I'm not smelling, my sense is not sensing any, significant mold. I mean, there's bound to be, upstairs in in the attic ladder. I mean, there's, this was a new house, right? But, there's, tiny remnants of mold as the water dripped down. But it's I haven't opened up since then, but I'm imagining dead mold now. And it's insignificant, so I'm not smelling it. If I don't smell it, that means it's dead mold. It's not active mold. It's tiny. I mean, we even have mold in our bodies and all that. But there's actually no significant mold in the house at all. and especially my super senses, super duper, super real senses, nothing significant at all. I mean, when you get to the back room, over there in the garage thing, it can get really humid and stuff. But I moved up the extra carpet. The bedding has been moved a little bit, so it can get humid back. But there's not that's right. There's no mold smell there. There's no significant mold smell at all. I'm not picking significant mold smell. Any smell I get is from when I wash clothing, and when I go and think, oh, am I smelling mold? No, it's not that. It's clothing that I've washed, and so I need to dry it, or I'm letting it dry. That's what it is exactly. So that's cool. Good. So my sickness is because I've been overworking myself. Well, actually, I've been doing more work because of unforeseen events that happen. The food out there, the power supply failing. So I guess me pushing the distance led me to that, and then I guess that's it. Me working really hard led me to the solution. You work hard enough, you can actually solve. You actually can end up, fixing things. Okay, so does that have anything to do with the God is constant? I mean, not. It doesn't seem directly. Let's think. It doesn't seem directly to be. So what's the other thing? The other thing is the God is constant itself. Okay. So it seemed that what happened was me working hard is what led me to find the solution for the eyes. Okay. So the other thing is the God is constant, right? Okay. So what is more important, the God is constant or fixing my eyes? Because it seems like they're kind of separate, at least directly they're separate. Let's see. I mean, okay, let's say I don't find a cure for my eyes, so I live the rest of eternity with, challenged eyesight. I'm not going to call it compromised, challenged eyesight. I mean, it's not like I can't get near perfect vision, with the contacts and there's like eyewear and all that stuff, and like the temporary stuff, like showering, put some water in the eye instantly, kind of. Overall, it's regular vision, I'll say. Perfect vision. 99, I mean, close to perfect, if not perfect. So would you rather have, challenged eyesight, but still, okay, challenged eyesight, because I'm trying to say, which is more important? Okay, yeah, challenged eyesight. If the God is constant, it's more important. So I put that. So the God is okay. So if the God constant is more important, then my eyesight would be secondary here. So which means challenged eyesight, correct? So I'll still have the God is constant, because I'm putting it on high, the one thing that's leading me, right? Regardless of my eyesight, but then my eyesight would be the challenge. Now let's do it the other way. I put my eyesight first, so now I have perfect vision. I've cured it, right? But now the God is constant second. So I lead with my eyes. So using the power of the God is constant secondary. So I'm always trying to protect my eyes in this kind of lifestyle. Protecting my eyes first and putting the God is constant second. So I guess it's kind of like driving a Lamborghini. The Lamborghini is how do I say it? The Lamborghini is the God constant, like a tool, right? So I'm protecting my eyes first with the roll-ins, the side deflectors, never get your eyes dilated, vinyl protect, all that stuff. That's more important. And the God is constant is a tool. It's the car. I can get out of the car can crash and stuff, but I'll be fine. Now let's do the other way. If I put the goddess concept, I put the car first, and I don't care. Let's say I don't even care about my eyesight, right? No protection and stuff like that. With the car, I can go further in distance, but over time, without the eye protection. Exactly. So, what would be more important? I would rather have the secondary thing. So it appears that the eyesight more. As I asked that one employee who came to my door when I went to see the Flash movie, that employee at the hotel asked me, which is the most important here? What I told him, paraphrasing it, he selected the eye stuff. Actually said the Rollins and stuff or something. And I asked him why about that. He says because of the eyes or something. I forget the exact conversation, but he said the eye. He might have simply said the eye stuff. So is that right then? It is the most important sense, but the goddess constant is like ubiquitous. It's literally the universe thing. I mean, it may not have anything. I wouldn't say anything. It may not be directly part of the eye thing, the eye cure. Not direct. It may not be directly. It may not be directly part of the eye cure, but it is definitely indirectly. But I think now that I'm thinking, I think no, it has to be directly connected to it because how powerful it is. So maybe it's an equal thing here. Okay, so let's happen. Again, this goes all the way back to me whether I wanted to place this upload on both sites, and I said, oh, maybe at one point you heard it. I'm recording here, so paraphrasing that. No, one site may be okay. So why didn't imagine your life's work, and yet all of a sudden you're saying, oh, I can only place on one. Why did I do that? Why am I thinking that? So it seems that I'm placing the goddess. So that must be it. That must be it. That must be it. So actually, what happens is the goddess constant can cure the eyesight. Exactly. Because the goddess constant is like God. The goddess constant is the battery source. It's the actual God. It's the power source. It's the universe. It's everything. So it is directly the solution for the eyes. It is the eye solution. It's all the good stuff. So it's equal. I would say it's even more than that. So somehow, which I'm not consciously aware, but must be subconsciously, it led me to the solution of the eyes. So that must be it. Why I said I wouldn't have to put it upload on both was because I knew that I would end up putting it on both sites anyway. But even if I did not, I would still be able to find the solution because again, I had already uploaded the main components of the solution to both sites. And also because my parents, now I'm fully realizing, also because my parents, I really need to get to them because everything is taking, as much as I go 2 steps and 3 steps forward, I end up like coming back to 3 steps, and I need to be like going 10 steps forward. So I need to be getting even faster and faster. But I'm winning. Mom did contact me June the 9th. So that was good. I've been, trying to get her to contact me for so long. I mean, like, in a way that's like not where I have to trigger something so directly and so like intensively. Because the first I did contact her in that way, she did reply back, but then she stopped because I don't know, it's maybe worse. So so now since we're all working out, everybody's on the same page, well, getting close to the same page, so keep working at it, and yeah, but I mean, I don't want it to be like a movie where you finally get to the act 3, you finally, figure it all out. You're on the mission, you're about to finish the mission, accomplish it, and then whammo. Like what happened, spoilers, with Skywalker. He got to the very end, the one thing he wanted to do. And this actually because they started a new story. They went with a sequel, right? But Lucas, he changed it up. In order to continue, he had to change it. He really had to change it. But so continuing from the sequel, so from 2 movies to, the 2 as one unified story. I don't want that to happen. All the fun, here's the ghost thing, right? And maybe that's the whole thing. With the ghost thing, you could simply talk to, But it's not so. I don't know. It's not the same as in real life. Okay, so what is it? So what is more important? And then I'll close this out. I guess the God is constant. The God is constant. What gets me able to do all this? God is constant was what has enabled me, even though I don't know directly how, to find this solution. I mean, if you had to find the closest explanation, because I need to finish off the franchise enough to transition fully to the phone. That's why I got the power supply, right? That's the main reason. Because even if this computer was like destroyed or anything, which I was okay with. I mean, if I had to completely transfer the phone, I could right now. But because of the franchise, it's a lot easier to finish up on this for a computer, right? And there's some little tiny things here, on the computer I wanted to upload, but mainly it was for the franchise here, finish this up here on the computer. So that's all of the God is constant. And then with the food has to be sustained, right? To continue to do all this. But of course, just stay doing, everything else to finish up here. But I guess, look at the mail and maybe that's it. Maybe food in order to keep doing it in sort of power level, right? Because computer uses up a lot more. I mean, there's a lot more involved with computer than the phone. So maybe subconsciously, indirectly in that way, the food, those 2 events, right? The food and the power supply. I mean, that's the closest I can get to the God is constant explanation of a conscious, direct explanation. So, but overall, my feeling would be, the God is constant is more important than the solutions for the eyes, because the God is constant will lead you back to the solution. There you go. There you go. There's the answer. It took maybe like 20 minutes or 30. I know this thing was like maybe an hour long. But yeah, so the God is constant is more important, because the God is constant will enable you to fix everything. So if you lose the car, if you lose your limb, even if you lose your arm or your leg or even your eyesight, I guess the God is constant could get you back to it. But let's think of it directly. If God, let's say God, okay, God gives you one hand. He says, let's say she. Okay, let's say she. If she says, here is your eyes. You put these on, you'll be able to see forever, for infinity, perfect eyesight. Heck, you'll even have heat vision, all that Supergirl eye. And then in this hand, you have the power that can do anything. The power of God. What would you rather have, power of God or perfect vision? Well, I think you would take the power of God, right? Because with the power of God, you can create your own eye stuff, Now in the real world conventional sense, like what I have here, I have the solutions for the eyes, right? And then we have the God power. I won't even say God is power, even though I call it God. Let's keep it God power, so you can really get the density, the real compact, in this sort of density sense. Okay, density. Although the maternal instinct, maternal side is actually more powerful. Okay, but keep on the Okay, no, actually, let's call it goddess. Okay, goddess. Okay, the goddess power or eyesight. Here we got the God power, right? For real. The God is constant. And then we have the solution. You're looking right at. Right, I do have it on the. Yeah. Okay, well, these are the brands. Let's get on the. Look, the plants, right? Okay, let's lay plants. Yeah, the plant. Okay. Okay. So here's the eyesight solution. And then God is constant. The number is here somewhere. You're simply gonna have to imagine it, okay? But let's pick a number here. It won't be the God is constant, but let's pick a number. Okay, let's imagine that this number actually might be showing up here. I think it is showing up here. It is showing up. Okay, it is. Yeah, it is showing up. It is showing up. It's funny because I was like, should I reveal that and it's showing up? No, I can't lie. So my brain, my mouth was kind of like, it's kind of like delaying. So I was like, so what happens? I was seeing the God. I saw God is constant number as I'm looking because the vinyl is kind of blocking it in the edge here. So as I'm saying, I saw it, but my mind and what my brain is revealing, I was like, is it here? Even though my brain, so it's like one half of my brain sees it, but the other half of my brain say, is it there? Should I reveal it? So it's not like I'm trying to lie at that point. It was simply like, should I reveal it? And also, it's an alternate form of the God is constant. So I don't try to live my life with lies. But as I'm saying, I think what happens, my brain was trying to catch up to my mouth was what was happening. But yes, the purest God is constant number is here. Okay, but because I don't want to reveal it so directly, actually, you know what? I've said enough with number because now you'll get it. Okay, so anyway, okay, so we have the God is constant, what you're looking at, and you have cure for the eyes, right? Here it is. Okay, you got that. Let me see. Yeah, you got it right in front of you. Okay. So, you know, and that already shows you, right? God is constant, so prevalent that I can literally, it's there. All I have to do is look around and say, hey, yeah, that is. Okay, so, eyesight. Okay, so, which would you pick? Okay, well, let's see. Well, okay, the real world would be simply, I would easily find the solution back, exactly. If I didn't find it today, I'd find it, you know, afterwards in the future. Okay, now let's put it to, I don't even want to use the word extreme, but, I mean, there's no other way to put it, right? Let's give an extreme example. Yeah, anything extreme is not good, but that's what I'm talking about. Extreme in this instance as being extreme, as being not good. Okay, extreme example of you're literally blind, right? Like you're already blind. Imagine someone. I gotta be careful what I say because anything I say a lot of times can happen. So imagine. Well, let's talk about someone else. Let's suppose somebody is blind. Okay, and then they're given they can be given an operation to restore their eyesight, or they can be given the power of the God is constant. And this is a real world situation, not a spiritual kind of thing. So you're saying, okay, I can reveal you the power, or we can do this operation. Now let's suppose that we haven't done the operation yet. Now let's suppose what happens if we do the operation. Okay, so let's say that the operation already occurred. I guess it's kind of like, but it needs to be having the operation a year, let's say, in order to be sustainable. You can say, okay, so you can either that, or you can have God is constant. Well, you could say that, okay, you could say go with the God is constant, because the God is constant will lead him to how to keep having those operations, or maybe have a different solution, but he doesn't keep having the solutions, right? Even if he ends up losing his eyes, he can have an operation or regrow his eyes or something else. Okay, that's possible. Okay. Now, if now let's say if he didn't have the operation yet, so he is let's not even say he, let's she, okay, yeah, she, let's say she has hasn't had it yet, so They're saying you can either have the operation or give you the power of goddess. Okay, let's say she selects the power of the goddess. Then yeah, with the power of goddess, she can figure out the solution for how to get that operation. That's right. Or how to do it herself or something. Okay. That's right. That's right. So in other words, the solution ends up appearing anyway. It's simply delayed. Exactly. And even if she got the operation first, okay, let's say she didn't need to keep having operation, so she has the operation first, and they're asking her, do you want to have the operation, even though it's kind of ridiculous, she already had the operation, fine, or do you want the goddess constant? Well, at that point, she's going to say, oh, of course I want the goddess constant, I already have my eyes back. If she did choose her eyes to have the operation again, that's very, that'd be stupid and very risky. She could go blind again. Yeah, so let me see. If she already took the yeah, that wouldn't make sense. That kind of example would not make sense. Unless, let me think. What happens if you end up, no. Maybe what's it about is she might decide not that she doesn't need the goddess constant. Exactly. Her eyes are already fixed. She says, oh, what do I need this goddess constant for? I have my eyes fixed. That's how neurotypicals do that. Neurotypicals would do it. Atypical people, no, I'm sorry, typical people would do that. Republicans, MAGA would do it that way. They would actually do it that way. They say, oh, we don't care. They don't care, right? Trump would do it that way. He said, oh, I don't need this goddess constant. I got my eyes. I got this. That'd be really stupid. Yeah. Okay, but let's say it in a more like conventional sense, like a more realistic and average, conventional, more current, what's more common? Okay, so more common is, let's get it more common, but still in an extreme example, but still more common, average, extreme example. So something that's more common in the extreme sense, so we can relate to this more. Okay, we'll start off with a complete blank slate. Girl, she's blind. Okay, she can have an operation, a transplant, which will give her eyesight back. So she can either do that, or, and let's say this Mr. Beast is doing this because he's awesome in that way, right? He does this sort of thing. He says, I can give your eyesight back, which he kind of did at one point, some people, right? Or you can get the power of goddess. You give this, literally, let's say, I can give you a number that will fix all the issues you'll ever have. It may take some time, you might have to work with it, but it will lead you to everything. Kind of like, religion, even though there are a lot of religions are false. If not all of them, almost. Let's say one true religion. What would she choose? Okay. I think it's like 7 o'clock now, right? 6, not bad. So would you want the operation, or would you want this power number? Literally the number. I'm saying a number, okay? Not baloney. Let's get it as real, conventional, relatable as it is, because it's a number. The goddess constant is a number. And the number can vary, it has alterations, has iterations, everything. And it almost seems like a misnomer, but it's not. Because here's why, and this may be the first time I've ever explained it directly. It's constant because number is constant in its power. That's where the constant comes from. Yeah, I've never said it out loud. I don't think I've ever consciously even thought about it directly. Does that even? I think I've ever consciously thought about it fully. Yeah, but yeah, because it's constant in that source. There we go. So, okay, so either you get the number or you get your eyes. What would you choose for real? You get the operation or you get the number. You can't have both. Now let's say she gets the operation, but over time she learns what the number is. Because that's, again, we're looking at the most real example, conventional, average, conventional, completely most relatable example here. And that, this sort of thing does happen a lot. You have a solution, you present it with a solution, you get the solution, and the other thing that they presented as an alternative, you discover along the way in life. It'll take you years, maybe at your deathbed, whatever. Like Trump and groceries. Okay. Okay. Now let's do it the other way around. Let's say she gets the number first. Okay. Then still she's blind. Okay. In the immediacy, she's still blind, but she's given the number. So immediacy, she's given the number. Okay. Now she's okay. Great. Now this number. What does it mean? Well, with the number, she may be able to, gain enough money to have that operation. So I guess what happens is she doesn't have enough money to get the operation. Mr. Beast is going to give her the operation. He said, get the operation or get the goddess number. Okay, so he gave her the goddess number because she selects it. But now she can't. I mean, if she had enough money, she would say, oh yeah, give me the goddess constant number. Great, I can afford this operation. Unless she didn't know how to get the operation, right? So then it would simply be information. So the interesting is the God constant would lead her to the information of what kind of procedure that would be, where to get it, who can do it, and all that stuff. But in the ubiquitous sense, if I'm using that word correctly here, which I think you can, because ubiquitous, you can use it any way possible, almost, it seems. She gets the, what is it, 7 o'clock? Okay, so she, amazingly, it's only really cool. I've gotten used to doing the YouTube shorts so much, I can actually know how to time myself good. Okay, so if she hadn't, let's say she had enough money and he's after, but she doesn't know where it is at. She doesn't know how to get the operation. Mr. Beast knows. Okay. Let's say she doesn't. Let's say she does know how to get. Yeah. Let's say she has enough money and she knows where to go to get it. So Mr. Beast is giving her something which she doesn't need. Need him to give her because she already knows she can do it on her own. And let's say she's not lazy either. Okay, so then that one option he gives her is like actually neutral. It's like off the table because it's like not, it might as well not exist. So it's like neutralized, which means she could accept the goddess constant. Now she could still refuse it because she thinks, oh, this power is so powerful. Like, when sometimes you want to give people something but they refuse it, right? Even though it's good. So it's like she may simply still reject. But still not, simply still not choose the goddess constant. Okay. She might not even afterwards she leaves Mr. Beast, she may not even get that eye operation. Maybe she's used to living blind. This is getting real world here. Yeah, then it's simply someone has to go in there if they decide she wants to. I mean, maybe she'll be fine blind. Maybe she said, well, maybe she'll be, I won't even say fine, I'm simply like whatever. That would explain a lot of neurotypicals. And it's kind of sad. All right, so, but let's think in a meme. Let's think of it in a trope. Let's think of a trope way. Okay, so she gets the okay. Okay, I know because I got the glasses on it. Okay, so she gets the operation. She selects the operation. No. Okay, let's say she, but in the real sense, she would not have the money because it's really expensive. Most people don't have money for that kind of operation, so she wouldn't have the money. Okay. Most people, they might not know where to. I mean, it's not. Most people would not know where to go, but I think a significant amount of people would know where, how do I even say it? A significant amount of people would at least know how to find the source of the information. That's how sad it is, how mind-blowing stupid people are. The fact that even they have all this power in their hands and that they can't even find the information, that's how sad the reality is, and I've realized. But I would say still a significant amount of people would still be able to find the information of where to get such an operation. Okay, there's something to grasp on. So overall, she doesn't, she simply doesn't have the money to get that operation. Mr. Beast is offering it to her, or she can have the goddess constant. Which would which would you choose? Well, the goddess constant has to be worth as much as eye operation, which I imagine would be like the millions of dollars. Let's say it costs like, I don't know, like $1 million, let's say. So the goddess constant, the goddess constant would have to be worth $1 million, which actually it is. It's worth at least $1 million. But she needs to know how to use it, though. That's all the thing. You have to know how to use the number. It's like getting a jet. As I've said before, it's like getting a jet. You don't know how to fly the plane. What's the use? So which one should you choose? I think most people would choose, I mean, most conventionally, of course, people would choose the, looking at the way people are, they would choose the operation. In the real world, choose the operation first. What would I do, me with my condition? Well, I'm not like blind in conventional sense. The accuracy of my vision is I don't even want to say compromised. I'm going to say challenged, because the reason I'm saying, again, a lot of what I say comes true, especially with this power of the goddess constant. So I have to be really careful. My mind seems like, that's why I'm getting to the point where I don't know if I'm literally hallucinating. That's what's very interesting, is like what I'm seeing is so fantastical that I'm getting to the point where I have to be so careful with my words now that yeah. Okay, so alright, so so my vision is very challenged. Jesus Christ, that doesn't even sound, does that even sound accurate? Does that right? It's I don't even want to say issues. I'm gonna go with challenge. My eyesight is challenged. Okay, alright. So I'm not blind, but I'm not blind in the accurate sense. I mean, conventionally I'll say I'm blind. You know, when people they're myopic, they'll say, "Oh, I'm blind. I can't see." You know, as in, you need glasses, and I'm blind like that. So in that ubiquitous sense, I won't say. I don't even want to say that again, because because what I say can come true. So I don't want my mind focused. So no, but okay. So what I'm going to say is no. I am not blind. Definitely not blind. Okay, I'm not blind, but my eyesight is challenged. Okay. So if someone was to give me that operation where they're saying, well, it wouldn't be like we're going to give you new eyes, but well, not in the direct, but we're going to better your vision. We're going to unchallenge your vision so that it is never challenged again. You know, perfect unchallenged vision. Perfect challenged vision. Or you get the goddess constant. Well, I guess it's right in front of me now, isn't it? I have the solution right in front of me, the plant, the chemical, and I have the goddess constant. So, okay, well, that's easy. I already have the goddess constant, right? So, of course, I'm going to go with getting the solution for the, when I say solution, I mean the answer. I mean, yeah, I know a solution is a liquid form of something, but I mean like the solution, the answer for the, I'm going to get the chemical. I'm going to get the plant, the ingredients. I'm going to get the ingredients for, to fix my eyes. Because I already have the goddess constant. Does that make sense? Because it makes it sound almost, I don't want it to confuse anyone. It sounds like I don't want the goddess constant. No, it's not. I already have it. So it's like if somebody gave me the choice, you want the goddess constant, or do you want the eye fixing stuff? Which one do you want? I would say I want eye fixing stuff. And they might ask you, oh, why do you want the goddess constant? Oh, because I already have it. I tell her we have it. That's interesting. So maybe some people may refuse them because they already have it, or they don't want to know about it, or something. So it's not that they don't want it; they might already have it, right? So if they ask you which you want, I mean that makes sense, right? It's like, which one do you want, orange or apple? I'll take the apple. You might think, oh, this one I'm more favorite of, or maybe it's like they already had enough of the other thing, they have plenty of that. They don't have a lot of this. They haven't experienced it yet. So for me, I would choose this one because, I mean, it depends on what you're asking. So you're saying which one you want. Okay, I want this one. But if you ask me, wait, which do you think is more important? Well, then that's different, right? Because, I mean, I've already answered this now. I'm saying the goddess constant is more important than the eyesight stuff, because the goddess constant will lead you back to that. So, in other words, goddess constant already includes the other one, correct? Okay, so for me, it would be, yeah, what's more important, the goddess constant? But, yeah, now, but if you ask which one do I want, like, now, no, does that make sense? Which one do you want? Now, well, which one do I want now? I mean, it's like, already, goddess constant is constant, right? So, it's not about which one do you want. Well, which one do you want is now? Yeah, I guess which one now? I want the ice solution stuff now. Yeah, this now. Yeah, as in this localized area that we're dealing with. We're calling on someone. So, okay. So the eyesight stuff. Eyesight stuff versus the goddess constant. Because I already have the goddess constant. Okay, let's say I did not have the goddess constant at all. I know about it. And now given, well, if somebody tells me what the solution is, then they already gave it away. You know, it depends on what you mean by giving it to you. You mean like giving to them as it's so expensive or something, and I can afford it, so I'm gonna give it to you, like the eye operation and stuff, right? Because once you reveal what the source is, then you can get it yourself if you're smart enough, like me. So it's like, but so in this instant, it'd be when you tell me what the solution is, to say we know how to fix your eyes. We won't reveal what it is, but we can fix your eyes. So we either will tell you. Not only will we tell you how we fix your eyes, we'll fix your eyes for you, or we can give you the ultimate power. You know, they won't say God, listen, we can give you the ultimate power, the ultimate information that will fix everything in the universe. Or you can so it's like two information. We can give you information on how to fix your eyes, or it can give you information that will fix everything. Well, that's easy. That's easy if you have it so direct. Would be explanation, yeah. Well, that's easy, right? Right? It's implied that to fix everything means everything already includes. But it's like when you choose to buy something, you can buy something in bulk or smaller. But the smaller would be more expensive because it's not in bulk. You know, because they need it with so much. You buy more, you get the incentive. You know, it's cheaper. You have more incentive to buy more. Exactly. That's why it's cheaper in bulk. So which means that the goddess constant would be cheaper. It's cheaper in the sense of what we call it per capita. Yeah, per capita it would be cheaper than the how to fix the eye information. Per capita. So the eye information would be worth more per capita than the goddess constant. That kind of makes sense, right? Because you're getting the direct reference. Like with the goddess constant, you have to find it, and it may take you literally forever to find the information. But here they say we shuffled out the needle in the haystack. We shaved off the rock. We shiveled it. It was trapped inside this rock, and this beautiful structure was in there. And we shiveled it all away. It's like grinding the meat. We've done the work. Here it is. Right. So it's like teaching them to fish, or you fish for them. Here you fished for them, or they can teach you how to fish. well, yeah, teaching you how to fish is more powerful, but you know, it's more convenient. It's a lot more convenient if somebody already fished for you, right? Um, so it'd be more so it would be more expensive then, yeah. Okay. So per capita, that's interesting. Per capita, the goddess constant is actually, I'm not gonna say it's worth less. No, I mean I can say it's so powerful. The goddess constant goddess constant is actually worth less than the solution. The direct solution is something per capita though. You have to say per capita. If you didn't say per capita, it would not be it would not make sense though, because I mean the goddess constant is worth more than this single solution. Okay, it is. I mean infinitely, boundly. It's the ultimate power. Per capita, interesting thing is it's not worth more than each solution. Per capita, it's not. It's interesting, yeah. That is really interesting. Okay. So which one would I have? How would I do? Which one would I select? Knowing that. So in other words, yeah. Go to fast food restaurant. What do you want? You want it convenience. You want convenience. That's why you go in there. So which one would I want? Well, let's look at the way I order groceries. Because I want to get to my parents in time. I have to have things a lot more convenient, right? So the food, I can't do like preparing foods and stuff. I mean, I've rather had a lot of the food, the extra food that someone didn't want. It's all prepared. It's unprepared food, so I'm gonna have to. But I mean, that's the raw materials. I mean, you work with what you got. So it depends on the situation. In the situation, if you see pausing, it's because every minute the computer will flicker out because of the screensaver. Maybe that's why I've been able to get this on fast, because then I'm timing myself. I know every time blank, so that means 1 minute. So I'm able to keep on keeping it tight, really tight. Right. So eyesight per capita, convenience, situation. Okay, so the situation now is getting to my parents, right? So God is constant, or the solutions for my eyes. I guess for the convenience sake, I would want to see my parents, right? Clearly, more possible as possible. So I would go with the eye solution thing, as long as there's no like. I would say in this situation, like let's say there's no risk. As long as there's no risk involved, no significant risk, I would go with the eye stuff. Because I want to get to my parents. If I selected the goddess constant, well, the goddess constant, it takes time, and that's the whole thing. It's right now. It's a countdown time to time. That's right, time. Whoever controls time controls all. Goddess constant takes time. That's right. Most people actually, they don't think they have enough time. Technically, everybody has time, but, well, can you say that? I mean, it depends. I guess it depends on what. To say you don't have time for this, I don't have time. No, it's not they don't have time. See, that's the whole thing. It's not that you don't have time for this. It's simply that you're putting your time for something else. So it's that you don't have time. You have time, but you simply don't want to allocate it to that. So yeah. So it's not like, so when someone says you don't have time for this, no, I have time for this, but I don't want to use that time. Yeah. You don't have time for this. No, everybody's got time. And that's what life is. It's time. So yeah, you have time for everything. You simply don't want to use. You have time for. But I mean, it depends on what sense of the word time. Do you have time for? Do you have time for this? No, yeah. Actually, no, I'm right. Yeah, everybody has time for everything. You simply don't want to use it for that time. Exactly. Time is always there. So it's kind of like saying, in the conventional sense, do you have air for this? Yeah, we're on the planet here. We got air. Again, talk the conventional sense. If we're in outer space and stuff, do we have enough air? That's another different. So like I said, yeah, that would be the thing. I would choose the I thing over the God is constant because of time. Want to get to my parents before they die. Okay, so it depends on the situation. Yeah. So there we go. Now that's in choosing which one, not the question of which one's important. If you ask which is important, the God is constant more important than the I, though, because it will lead you back. Okay, we go. So it depends on the question. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So yeah, so all this led to this half an hour almost of this, or half an hour. Let's see what's it's half an hour of that explanation. All from Wise. I so nonchalant about finally finding the source of what I've been looking for literally for decades, and finding the solution by like finding the final core. Okay, because before, when I was dabbling the reverse dilation liquid, I was simply dabbling not with the core, but simply with the superficial aspect of it, the new aspect of it. I've gone to literally the ingredients of it, literally to the plant that has it. Once you get to the plant, once you get to nature, you're in. And yet I was so nonchalant about should I upload it this site or something. So the whole reason was the whole reason is because of the God is constant. God is constant has given me the power of literally everything. All right. So there we go. So in conclusion, God is constant is more important than your eyesight, because it will help you maintain your eyes. It's the same thing with what they say with the Bible, right? In the Bible it says, what is it? They say, what is more important, God or something else? If you keep with God, you'll be able to. No, what was it? It was it'll help you be able to. Oh, I remember now. It was about the wife and the husband. It was like, who is the leader in the family? Is it the wife or the husband? And I think, and I don't know if this is like an outside interpretation of the Bible, like with the Holy Spirit, because the Holy Spirit is never mentioned in the Bible. So it's an extrapolation in the concept of the Holy Spirit. I'm sorry, not the Holy Spirit, of the Trinity, Holy Trinity. But this thing I don't think is an extrapolation. I think it's directly, at least it's in the Old Testament. Yeah, and remember this New Testament where it changed a lot of things, so it kind of flipped everything. The Old Testament says that the man, the husband, is the leader of the family, but he has to treat his wife he has to treat her with respect and properly. I'm paraphrasing here. He gets to lead, but his leadership is taken away if he doesn't fulfill his bargain. Fulfill his bargain and contract and deal with his wife. So if he doesn't play nice with, like what you say, happy wife, happy life, if he doesn't do what he's supposed to take care of the wife, he loses his leadership. It's almost like with the captain mutiny. It's not even mutiny. It's like the captain can lose his captaincy if he disobeys the doctor. That's right. The doctor can take away. If the doctor feels that the captain is not fit for duty in the psychological sense, he can actually be his command can be taken away. Now, if she's wrong, she can be court-martialed, thrown in prison, death penalty maybe or something. So that's how serious, but that's a lot of power. Yeah, so that's the same exact kind of thing. Do I agree with that? No, I don't agree with the sentiment of that the man is a leader. How the Old Testament says that the husband is the leader of the family. What in real life it is either husband or wife can be the leader. In fact, I would say it's more so is actually the reality is actually the female. The wife is actually the leader, because the world is maternal. Females are smarter. overall. So the reality is the females are leader. The husband is more like the advanced guard. I was about to use the word. So the husband, I guess the reality is the husband does not necessarily have to be the leader. The necessarily would be the leader. Now, what is it in the real world? As I already said it. Overall, from my I wouldn't say perspective. From what I'm feeling, okay, I would say that the females overall are the leaders. They actually are the leaders. It's actually how do you say, not patriarchal, maternal, gosh darn it. It's like when the queen was in control, matriarchic, not whatever the word that is. That's geniuses. I forget what that. Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah, the Bible is really screwed up. Okay, so. Now my phone is sounding off. Whenever it has these alerts, it must be at 7:30, 7:12. Okay, so. I think my phone is signaling to me that I need to wrap it up. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's a God's constant there. Okay, so yeah. So it's the same kind of thing with that. You got to I literally forgot the point, so I bring that up. The Goddess constant will lead you. You have to know how to control the power. I've totally forgot my whole point. I gotta get back to it. It's the same way as how you got to. Okay. So I think so the goddess constant is more powerful. What was it? What was it? You can. I'm not saying that you have the goddess constant, but you have to know how to. You have to know. I totally forgot my last point now. I totally forgot why I said that. I literally forgot. It's the final conclusion. I have to really gotta try to remember, and then that'll be it. Spin something about falsehood. The Bible says about you have to do this as falsehood. I think that the Bible says okay. God is constant. Choose it. Choose eyesight. Using the power of time. When it's time. God is constant. God is constant. It's more powerful. God is constant is more powerful. Yeah, the solution, eyesight. Get my eyesight back. So our parents, God is constant will lead you back to your eyesight. You have to know how to use the power. How to use it correctly. Treat it. Respect. It's both action. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do, because on the phone I can review easily before I process the video. Here I can't on the computer. So what I'm gonna do, as you saw me present the Bible example as a contradiction, right? Because it was saying, because I said it's a contradiction, even though the Bible's saying that, but it says, but you gotta balance it out. But it's not a truth, right? Because one can be a leader. So I don't want to contradict what I'm trying to say. I have no idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to process this video now. But what I can do is, before I even process, I can, okay, actually no, okay. Like the phone, I can actually review it, okay, before I process. But the thing is, with this thing, I can't I can't start recording again on the spot I had left off on. Not with the software. Not with the software that I'm using. The phone can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the recording now. I'm going to review it, and then I'll have to process it, because again I can't come back to this recording. So what I'm going to do is, to continue recording. So what I'll do is what I'm going to have to say now is, like, you'll have to figure out, put together the pieces of what I was trying to say. I forgot what my main point was on this last section here, why I gave the example. So whatever point I'm trying to do, I mean, I guess on the next recording, if it's a significant amount, if I feel that people won't be able to figure out putting the pieces together in the last part, then yeah. I guess this might tie in with the fact that, because I'm wearing glasses now, usually I don't. For the past like 2 years, I've challenged myself not to wear glasses, to prepare myself in the instance where I lose my glasses. So the past 2 years, I'm trying to, like, not wear it as much, or at least not as much as I usually do. And it's been okay. Now I'm, just keep the distance, especially to keep the distance away from the Wi-Fi hurting my arms. So whatever point I was trying to do about something about balance. I guess from the osmosis thinking here, from emotionally what I'm feeling, try to use neurotypical kind of stance, neurotypical kind of mindset here. Okay, so it seems like what I'm trying to say is, it seems that if you have the goddess constant, you have to know how to properly use it, because if you don't properly use it and you abuse the power, that can be that doesn't seem like that's what I was trying to say, because it was all about the dichotomy between the solution of my eyesight and the goddess constant. I totally forgot. It's amazing. I'm going to end this video with me not even complete my thought. Maybe that's, maybe I really do need, maybe this is a sign I really need to order this plant today or something. I don't know. Or maybe it's a sign that I need to eat. I think what happens is this video recording has gotten so long that I don't know. This usually doesn't happen. This usually I'm able to complete my thought in a video. It's really, really rare where I can't complete a thought, especially with, maybe what happens is I'm so happy and joyed with finding the final solution of my eyesight that I've actually went so long that I actually exhausted my mindset. That may be it. So maybe that's a takeaway. I'm so happy with joy that I'm literally drunk with joyness. And I can't even complete my thought. So the takeaway would be, I guess the next time this kind of thing happens, I'll have to realize that I might actually I don't know, I'll have to I'll try to keep more in point that there must be some kind of, there has to be something. I have to, if something like this happens, it's not whatever this thing here at the end here, that this not able to remember. You usually want to be able to remember, right? I mean, I know people drink alcohol. My stance is I would not suggest drink alcohol because, of the what it does to your brain connections. I have to be real careful what I say, because YouTube will flag it if I say there's a particular thing I want to say, but I can't say it. That's one of the things I really have an issue with YouTube on, the censorship. Because, okay, what YouTube allows you to say is that if you drink too heavily, too much alcohol, it will either, YouTube says it will or it can lead to, I would say, YouTube says it can. Let's go with the more, I don't know, more default version here. It can lead to loss of brain neurons. That's what YouTube would accept. Would it be it will lead to too much drinking alcohol, will lead to brain connection loss? I think it would still accept that. No. Would it accept this other thing where it says, and I'm going to say it's, well, let's think in my mind before I actually say it out. Yeah, see, that's the thing. What I actually want to say, and this was one that I really don't like about YouTube. There's like something I really do want to say. But here's the thing: people drink alcohol. I would say, my opinion. Okay, I'm allowed my opinions on YouTube. Okay, so my opinion. Okay, because I don't know really that much about alcohol, not so much that I can be expert on it. But my opinion is that people drink alcohol to escape. I mean, that's one time when I drank alcohol. It was like in these fruity drinks that had a little bit of alcohol in it. I remember Lisa, he's like, oh no, I'm okay. He's drunk. It's so funny. So I will say that alcohol causes, and I can't say it because how long this video is. I'm only able to upload. Yeah, now I said which one I'm going to upload this to. Now I can only go on YouTube because how long it is. Now I can't upload. I could upload it, but I'll have to reprocess it. Am I using that word? I'll have to process it again to fit it onto the site, to smack it down. But it's not necessary again because I have the components on the other side. Okay, on both sides. Okay, so because I don't want this video taken down, but I think you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah. That's one thing about YouTube. See, it gives you all this power. There's always a balance, but it's not. I mean, maybe it's right though. Maybe it's right though, in some senses. Because the reason I say that is because it's still allowing information about the moon lie on there. I mean, it's so ubiquitous with all the moon hoax stuff that YouTube has no choice. It literally allows it on there. In fact, NASA even disables their comments to know how much of a fraud they are. So, but I don't want to risk it. This ultimate video that I'm doing here, I'm not going to risk it. So that's it. Oh, well, that's it. Gosh, this must be 2 hours something. Okay, go. So what's the takeaway? This last part here. If I'm forgetting, next time I'm so joyed. Because usually when you're that's right. Usually when you're at highest, the Bible says that's when, paraphrasing, that's when the devil is around. The easiest way to get the devil near you is when you're the highest, which makes absolutely no sense. It's because how could you're your highest, you're the most powerful, and yet I think the accuracy is that it's not that the devil is around. It's that the devil can easily get to you when you're at your highest. If here's the word, if you how to say it, it's I think it's easier to screw up when you're at your highest. Is that right? Does that make even sense? How can that possible? If you're at your strongest, how can anything come at you? I think it's talking about you're at your most high. If you allow your hubris and ego, I think your ego and your pride and your hubris are most vulnerable when you're at your highest, and that's the easiest time. That's the easiest time. That's the easiest way the devil can come into your life. There's a lot of complexity in that sentence. It doesn't seem to really make any sense, but I think the gist of it is the gist of it is when you are at your highest, that is when the devil can easily get at you. There you go. That's right. When you're at your highest, that is when the devil can easily get at you. And you see that a lot. When you're at your highest, the devil can easily get at you. Because when people are, you know, they win the ball game or whatever, and they're all like, ooh, I won, and they go in the parking lot and they get shot up or something. You see that a lot in movies. Because that's when you keep your guard down, right? You're at your highest, you've accomplished everything, you're letting your guard down, have a night on the town and stuff, and you're like, you know, you're high, right? You're drunk on your own love and stuff, and then that's when you get in a car accident or some kind of social issue happens, some kind of, you know, altercation. That's a thing. That's a perfect example. So I guess that's what could apply here. Here I'm kind of drunk, as I said, I'm drunk on my success with finding the solution for this thing, and I got so far off that I guess I won't even say the devil, but maybe I put myself, maybe, no, I wouldn't say put myself at risk, but I forgot the point. I guess what happens, it could be, this is an example of getting close. This is an example of getting close to it, but I'm not there. I'm not sensing any devil kind of thing. I think this is simply getting drunk. Got drunk on my power, but not enough where I risked myself. So I guess a little bit of drunkenness is okay. A little bit of drunkenness is okay, but not too much. There you go. A little bit of drunk. So that's what happened. I got a little bit drunk. I forgot. I didn't completely stick the landing, but but it's okay. But I guess next time I gotta be aware that this could occur, so that next time I can actually stick the landing. So I didn't do anything wrong here. It's simply that this is a good takeaway from this, is that next time, you know, if I want to stick the landing, I guess every time you don't have to stick the landing. It's not necessary, I think, to every time, you know. But if I want to stick, yeah. So simply realize that I might go. Yeah, I guess that's it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to I have to order the stuff on Amazon, the other stuff, the paper plates and the cockroach stuff. This thing I'll have to research more on, so I can't simply order it today. This is like more of a research thing. I'll integrate in the story. That goes the same with I might simply go. I'll look when I'm on Amazon. I'll look up the plant right away. I've already looked up the other brand stuff, right? Yeah. I think I have the dry mouth. I might have it upstairs. That dry mucus. Okay, now I've said it. So now I've said the dry mucus stuff, dry mouth stuff upstairs. Something about dry mouth. I might already have it upstairs. I don't know. I'll have to look. Okay. So yeah, and then we're good. See, everything that I put in real life, I integrate in story, because 2025 is the year. It is the year. I mean, I think it's even more of the year than the Flamsteed prophecy. It may be the year, because there's something about this year. Could I be wrong? I'm literally using the word wrong. Could I be wrong? I don't know. I literally don't know. I don't know. You can tell the I really don't know. Okay, so I'm going to assume that this file is like, maybe, I think it's going to be possibly over 2 gigs. I'm thinking under 2 gigs. I'm thinking under 2 gigs. And possible God is constant occurring. Alright, so here we go.